And I think, not only as the World Turns fans, but the online fans have just been so supportive to me. And I'm a product, and I think I said this in the last interview that I had, that my popularity on the show is a direct product of you and your voice and your letter writing and your persistence. The compass campaign. Wow. Unbelievable. So you guys understand, I owe my entire popularity to you. And the thing is, it blows my mind, and I'm so thankful. And I appreciate everything. And Randy, forget the fact that she has busted her ass for the last 2 years to make this happen. She just threw this together, and actually, Kathy and Randy threw this together in the last 2-3 months. So it blows my mind. All right, there you go. Questions?
Got lots of them. You want to read them?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, first one. When Jack first arrived on the show, Emma told Holden that Jack was a distant cousin and that Jack's father was a cousin of Harvey Snyder.
Yeah, well, everything
Sometime later, Jack suddenly was a full cousin. Why did the writers change this?
No, because, you know what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean nothing. Where did Abigail come from? Where did Molly all of a sudden come from? So, I think to make things simple to understand, because after someone's introduced, you have to get the logic down. And once the logic is down, sometimes the logic isn't very logical. Yeah. So to make it really easy, they even make it more illogical. They say, okay, we know it's not logical, so here it is. You guys, you are a second cousin of Holden's, and that's just the way it is. So I think they just made a conscious decision to say, let's stop making this so complicated and just make him a cousin. There you go.
Next question. What is
I'm very fortunate that Emma is my aunt now, because I think when I first got out of the show, I started calling her, like third cousin Emma, and then I remember I was just calling her, what do I call her? Just call her Aunt Emma. Then I'm getting letters saying, well, she's not your aunt. Well, how is she your aunt, Michael? Leave me alone.
Next question. What is the greatest challenge as an actor on As the World Turns?
Sometimes before Hogan. Oh. Can I help you? No problem. Before Hogan came on, and not dissing Leah, what was the question again?
What is the greatest challenge?
The challenge. The challenge is making some of that stuff work. The triangle is tedious as you may think it is. As dumb as Jack may seem sometimes, I have to make him dumb in order to make the longevity of the storyline believable. And that actually is the biggest challenge, not to go in and say, okay, why is he doing this? Why are all these, why is it, to make it more dramatic, you have to take some liberties, and to make those liberties work, that I believe that will be the challenge.
Kind of related to that, what do you like best about being a soap opera actor?
The fact that I get to hang out with you guys once a year. No, I really enjoy when you are, I hate saying this, because when you're quote unquote celebrity, you can, and I use that in a very awkward way, you get to use that celebrity to help other people. And in this case, we're helping cure. And last night, we helped all these wonderful children who are involved with St. Jude's. And so, yeah, for that purpose, it's a wonderful thing to be a soap opera actor. The awkward thing about being a soap actor is people just don't. Sometimes, and Annie did this in an interview, and I don't know why she did it, but sometimes people can't differentiate your character from you. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's very,
like that little boy who called you Jack Snyder.
Well, that little boy is not in our demographics. Love him. But That can be different and difficult. I got a letter from a woman who wanted me, because I was doing such a good job finding Lily for Holden, wanted me to help find her daughter that she gave up for adoption like 10 years ago.
Oh my God!
And, you know, how do you write back and say, "Okay, Cookie"? How do you pen that? I have no idea. So you know that can be a little strange.
Do you play a musical instrument?
I play nothing. I really don't. I can't. You know what? It's very strange.
Radio.
I can play. Yeah, I can play Game Boy. I play Game Boy and I play other various video games. No, I wish I did. I wish I played the piano.
What does Lori play?
Lori plays everything.
Really?
Lori's amazing. Lori can play the piano. She can play the harmonica. She can play. It's amazing. She can play. Kazoo, all I gotta do is breathe into it, right?
Christopher can play the kazoo.
Everything. She plays the mandolin. I remember I bought her a mandolin for Christmas one year. She went, "Thanks." But no, she's amazing. She really is amazing. Flute. She plays the flute, clarinet, any woodwind instrument. All has the same kind of fingering. So she's pretty amazing.
Where would you like Jack to go for a location shoot?
Oh. You know, the Netherlands, Holland. Someplace where they'd be appreciated. How's your arm?
It's a little hard.
We were originally gonna. Every time they have location shoots, it's so expensive. They say that we have to have them in New York. And Jack and Julia were getting out of a limo one time, supposed to walk up the Plaza Steps when Jack and Julia went to New York. Do you remember? No. You don't remember when Jack and Julia went to New York?
No.
Okay, so they went to New York and they said, you know what? That's even going to be too expensive. Just talking one shot, them walking up the stairs, too expensive. So they nixed that and they just put us in the limo with this big gate, and it was a night scene, and I stepped out of the limo, I took her hand, she stepped out, no words, there were no booms, which are the microphones, and we just walked out and we walked in. and that was in the studio. And they couldn't do that on location because it was too expensive. So I don't think they're going to be anywhere on location anytime soon.
Any movies in your future?
Oh God, I wish. Start writing letters. No, I have. I wish. I've been on a lot of auditions, and you come so close, and a lot of the casting agents now and directors that I've met with are becoming friends. So that really stinks. When they become your friend. Oh yeah, we'll get you in on that. But no, nothing yet. I really want to get back in the theater.
Which would be the next question, you see yourself doing another musical.
Hopefully within the next couple of months.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, hopefully, if everything goes well on Monday. Everyone keep their say prayers. Keep your fingers crossed. Monday at 2:30. Just keep your fingers crossed.
We'll be watching the show.
In New York. Parade in New York.
What's that?
The show's being preempted in New York on Monday.
Yankee
Yankee
Parade.
What?
Oh, the Yankee Parade, right. Yeah, but that show was probably taped about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
I don't know what time we're going
It's
to
a
see
Halloween ball. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
They'll probably just
They
shift it
show it
up.
at 3 a.m. or something.
Read the recap, people.
No, I couldn't talk.
With all the rumors this past year about you leaving, do you plan to entertain us some more on As the World Turns?
I guess I can honestly say that I was bitter with the way they handled the whole Maura going off on maternity leave, only because is Jack not worthy of even a little bit of a storyline, or being put in someone else's storyline, or maybe meeting another girl? I didn't know that Julie and Jack were going to get back together at that time. I had no clue. I thought they were just going to be friends and go off on go off on an investigation together, like it started. And that was really fun when that first started. You remember us in Katie's apartment? We were bantering, and it was fun. But then, of course, they just switch that into like an immediate romance, where you get that, that one little look at. And it changes, in one look, in 5 seconds, it's a different story now. And that was like once a week, or maybe not, for like 4 months. And so I was getting pretty, the Katie thing was happening, and the Katie and Henry and people who were not even on contract were like sort of taking over the show, and Simon coming on, and Lily and Rose. It's kind of hard to be resentful of Martha Byrne when she's doing such an amazing job, and number one, she's one of my best friends, and she was waiting on back burner for what seemed like forever, if you remember, in the Leah Lehman days. So it was nice. It was nice to see her working, and unfortunately we had to wait our turn. So I was pissed. I was very upset, and there had been many a conversation with me and Chris Gautman and some of the other people on staff, and I, was not too happy. And I was waiting for the 6-month time to come up between, 6 months before your contract expires, you can go back out for stuff and get into the swing of things again. And when that happened, I was like, oh right, now it's happening. Now I'm feeling it. The episodic stuff is working, and theater's happening again. And wouldn't you know it, that's right when my story picked up. So, and then being called quote unquote front burner storyline, I didn't realize was 2 days a week. But they made it 2 days a week, and they make you want to see more of it by making it 2 days a week or 3 days a week, and not overextending the Jack and Julia or Jack and Carly stuff. Because let's face it, that does get boring after a while when nothing's happening and you're just in limbo. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in March. I hope I'm here because I've got 2 kids. And it's all about them. It's not about me anymore. And I hope it is. And if not, Felicia we've touched base a couple times because I was upset. And I've got a lot of friends over at All My Children too. But hopefully I will remain a Snyder and remain with my very good friends. And with you. Okay, good.
Wherever you go, we'll follow.
Good.
What effect is the new writer having on your role?
Oh, he's amazing. Am I wrong?
Oh,
It
really is. I mean, you know what? I went in. It had to be like a week ago. It was a week ago Friday. I went into Chris's office and said, "Listen, I don't fancy myself a writer. I'm a terrible writer, but I think this guy is amazing." The scenes when is it little teasers.
Oh, good.
The scenes when Julia tells Jack she's pregnant are amazingly written. They're amazing. And then when Jack goes to help Carly, when Jack meets up with Carly to talk about the Craig thing, and Jack disbelieving Carly because he can't trust her right now. It goes so well. I mean, they'll probably infuriate both camps, which they probably designed that way. But they rolled right off the tongue, and it's been a long time since that happened. But his writing is just so engaging. You want to find out what's going on. I mean, you want to find out what's going on Monday to Tuesday, which is something that hasn't happened in As the World Turns. I mean, hell, As the World Turns for months and months and months, all you had to do was watch Thursday and Friday, and you were caught up. But now you want to know what's happening on Tuesday. Not just Monday, but Tuesday. So it's changed. I can't even tell you. And the guy has so many ideas, and he's still pumping them out. I mean, when was the last time you saw Helen Wagner in a storyline? And now she's got a great storyline. And it's not about breast cancer. It's not about her dying. It's about her being in love or finding love again, which it's interesting to see. So. And then they got Katie and Simon together. And what is a super couple? I think we have like 7 of them on our show.
Tom and Margot.
Tom and Margot.
Jack and Carly.
Jack and Carly. Jake and Molly.
Lily Holden.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the.
Rose